Peep, peep. Hello, fat face.
I do roll like a stone. I'll take you with me and call you my own.
Hello and welcome to Rohan's Corner. I am your host, Rohan. Of course, who else would it be? I don't know if there's anybody else on this show. Sometimes Bumblebee turns up. Anyway, I'm going to be discussing about how I got into Transformers. For me, I was born in 1984, December, so very late into the game. Probably like a few of you, I missed out on the first couple of years of the main line of Transformers, the Generation 1 classic toys, until a later time in life. So I actually started off as a young boy, like most of us, loving Thomas the Tank Engine. And so I was pretty much obsessed with Thomas by the age of 1.5, 2 years old.
Oh dear, what will he say, he asked himself.
Buckle up, Vector. This looks like a job for Optimus Prime.
Cool, dude.
So much so that my parents got a little bit worried about me. They thought I'd never get out of Thomas. So they had this brilliant idea. One day my dad went down to Woolworths and he bought me a new toy. Any guesses as to what it is?
Battle Fist. It's heavy metal torture time as Optimus Prime goes toe-to-toe in combat Megatron. Prime is one tough dude and underneath his hood he's a transformer missile fire phenomenon. Combat Megatron is combat armed, his mighty mega missiles are slamming. He can mad on more for use mega force, but coming Optimus is still standing.
All right, Optimus!
Over here.
Yeah!
Transformers Generation 2, new combat Optimus Prime and new combat Megatron, you sold separately.
You got it. Transformers. And so what happened? Well, from there on down, it was a slippery slope. I became obsessed with Transformers, at least from around 1986.
You can trust me, Rodimus. You can trust me, Galvatron.
Introducing the Transformer Double Spy. From a supercar, he can transform into a heroic Autobot or an evil Decepticon. Now discover the clones. Decepticon clones look identical, but one transforms into a Puma, the other into a Hawk. To fight Autobot clones, one of these twins transforms into a jet, the other a dragster. Double Spy sold separately, clones sold together from Hasbro.
To around 1994. I think that's probably when Generation 1/2 started to die down and it became more difficult to buy more Transformers. However, during that time it did give me an opportunity to build up a multitude of other memorabilia. Things like audio cassettes, so listening to the stories, comic books, annuals. I'm especially a big fan of the adventure game books. These are really great. If you haven't seen these are one of those change the page to where the storyline goes books. So you can end up with multiple different paths to an ending. And they're not all good. They're really fun and interesting. And of course the complimentary books to go with the audio tapes, which were cool. I remember a time back in somewhere around 2000, I believe it was, coming up to the age of 16, my family went on a family holiday to south of Spain, to Malaga. And as you do, as you're driving down the motorway, heading on some sort of trip to look at a museum or some such, we were passing a Toys R Us, and my brother and I shouted at my parents, wait, we must go into Toys R Us. And my parents were like, what's wrong with you? Have you not got out of your obsession of these flipping toys?
There's a magical place, we're on our way there, with toys in the millions all under one roof. It's called Toys R Us. Soon after bedtime, when dark nighttime falls, Jeffrey and Harry
we said, well, it's your fault. You introduced us to them, so sorry. And we went in, we cleared out all the G1 combiner limbs that were still sat there in the bargain bucket bin. And the story continues from there. So my question to all of you is, what got you into Transformers? Is it as silly a story as mine, being obsessed with Thomas the Tank Engine and my parents thinking that we've got to get him out of this? Or was it something even more interesting? Hit us up and let us know. Until next week, I've been Rohan. Back to the studio.
Hey boys, who we've been rumbled? Well, let's bounce.